Let's go ahead and move on to substring manipulation. So we can actually check the length of strings using this command line here. So we can set a variable up and we can use express length to see how long that variable is. So let's say I do string variables equal to hello there. Now notice I'm not putting any spaces here, and that's because this express length does not like spaces. If you try to add spaces in your string, it's not going to like it. So in this case it tells us there's 10. Now if I do it again, but I put hello there, and we do express length, and then the variable string again, it's going to tell you unexpected argument there. So it doesn't like spaces in the strings when you check it this way. So we could use this method here, which will also check string length. However, that also comes with certain issues. So you see if I run that again, so $, curly brace, £, and then the variable, which is string. Oh, I need to give the full variable name. There we go. Okay. So notice that it does give you the length, but then it says a command not found, okay? So if I get rid of that space and I run $, curly brace, £, string again, see it still does give you the length, but then it also spits out, oops, this guy right here, it spits out a command not found, okay? So earlier we had that space in there, so it was counting the space as a character. And here we got rid of the space, right? And it gave us 10, but it said command not found, okay? So it is doing it, but it's also spitting out an error with it, okay? So each one kind of comes with certain, I don't want to say bugs, but certain things to consider when you're using each one, okay? So really the best way to use this is not on the command line, but in a shell script, which we have here, okay? So I'm going to write this shell script up real quick. It's a very simple one, just so you can see how it works in a shell script, and it works much better in a shell script. So I'm just going to name this vim. We're going to call it string.sh, and I think I already go ahead and set string equal to good morning. Oops. Morning, and length is going to equal $, curly brace, £, str, curly brace, okay? Then we're going to echo length of variable string is variable length. So it's going to count that length for us, and it's going to spit it out to us on the terminal. Okay, let's go ahead and make that executable. All plus executable to string.sh. Oops. And let's go ahead and execute it. There you go. So our variable string was good morning and tells us that it's 12 characters long. Okay, easy peasy. Let's go back to our PowerPoint, look at some other tools we can use. So we can also do string substring, which deletes the shortest match of the substring from the front of the string. Okay, we can also do string hashtag substring, which deletes the longest match of the substring from the front of the string. Okay, so guys, substring means, or the longest match of a substring means that if there is, a string that has multiple characters that are the same, it's going to delete, in this case, the one from the front, in this case, the shortest one from the front. Okay, that's all that means. Okay, so we have two different values here. It's going to delete the shortest match from substring from the front of string. And on this one, we have two values here, two strings. It's going to delete the longest match of substring from the front of string. Now here we have some more examples of string manipulation. Okay, so let's go back and look at that a little bit. So here we have a script. I actually went ahead and wrote up the script. Okay. We're going to pull up that script now. Let me clear my screen. So vim string underscore manip. And here we go. So here's that script. So guys, we have our string here. We have ABC, cap ABC, 1, 2, 3, cap ABC, and lowercase abc. Okay. So what we're going to do is first we're going to count the length of that string here. Okay. And then we're going to echo that variable, which is going to be the length of the string, right, using express length string. Notice these are not single quotes, but these are backticks, which are located above your tab key. And remember, when we use backtick, everything inside of this is actually run as commands, right? So express length is going to give us the length of the string. Express string here we're also going to do express match string. Now what this should do is it should look for everything with A to Z in it, okay, so capital A to Z. Okay, and same with this one. However, on this string it's not going to work, but I'll show you how that's supposed to work back on our PowerPoint. And then here, it's going to list the first substring and the second substring, and then the fourth and the third substring, okay? So let's go ahead and run the script, kind of see what happens. We're going to run the script, and here we go. Okay, so the first one, it listed the string length using that method we saw in the last slides. And then we use the express length command line to express the length of the string. And then we express the string using some meta characters. Now what these two are supposed to do is tell us the number of matches, okay? So on these two, I'm going to have to go back to PowerPoint and show you what it should do. And then on the last two, it showed us the first and second substring, and it showed us the fourth and third substring, right? So if we go back to our string here, the first one is AB, right? As well as the second one, AD. The fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, is ABC. And the third one is also ABC. Okay? So on this specific part here, it was supposed to match substrings, right? In this case, it was supposed to say that there are, if we add all the lowercase ABZs, the uppercase A through Z's up, there should be 8 matching letters. Same with this one. Okay, so guys, these are different tools for matching strings, give you the length, and giving you certain sections of strings, okay? Now guys, this is really handy. You might not notice the value of it now, but these can be extremely useful, especially when you're doing password management. And speaking of that, we have a nifty little script here for creating a random string, which can be really handy if you want to create a random password, right? So I also wrote that script up ahead of time. So we're going to look at that script. That script is called vim randomstring.sh. And let's explain what's going on. First of all, we have our shebang or hash plane, just like always. Then we have an if statement, and we're saying if-in variable 1. And guys, if you remember from some of our other lectures and PowerPoint slides, this just means if the statement's null, right, then we're going to set string 0 equal to 1. Else, we're going to set string 0 equal to the last process ID. Remember, double $sign means the last process ID run. Okay, so if this is not null, then it's going to get this value. Otherwise, it's going to get the last process ID. Okay. Then we set 2 more variables here, so we ended our if statement with phi. We have 2 more variables here, POS, position equals 2, and then we have length, or len, which will equal 8. And then we're setting string 1 variable equal to string 0, which was set up here, if it was set. And then we have something called MD5 sum. So guys, what this does is it kind of encrypts or scrambles our value here. Okay, so we're piping this variable out to MD5 sum. So it's going to scramble it once and then twice. Okay, and that's just for security. So it's kind of mixing the letters and strings up. We're setting another variable here called random string. We're making that equal to the variable value of string 1, okay, which was set here, right here, as well as the position variable and length variable. And then we're just going to echo that variable, which was right here, right? We're setting it right here. And then we're giving an exit status saying that if it works, go ahead and exit out, okay? Remember, question mark or $ question mark gives you an error code. If it's 0, it means it worked. Anything else means it did not work. All right, so let's go ahead and execute that script. And there you go. We get a completely random string with numbers and letters. We can do it again. It's a completely different string with numbers and letters. All right. So guys, very handy tools that we can use for string manipulation. Make sure you read your course materials for more in-depth discussions and examples of string and substring manipulations, as it covers the following 6 topics: string length, length of maxing substrings at the beginning of a string, substring extraction, substring removal, substring replacement, and manipulating strings using awk.